It was supposed to be just another elegant evening among stars. But what unfolded next left not only the fans, but even the press absolutely breathless. Before we get into this once-in-a-lifetime surprise, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exclusive updates and emotional celebrity stories that keep your heart racing. On a warm spring night in Seoul, the city glittered with anticipation as one of the most luxurious charity galas of the year opened its grand doors. Among the attendees were icons of film, music, and fashion. But the spotlight seemed to linger just a little longer on one couple who walked in quietly, Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun. They hadn't walked the red carpet together, but that didn't stop eyes from following their every move once they entered. Dressed in a classic black tuxedo, Lee Min-ho looked effortlessly elegant. Kim Go-eun was stunning in a flowing, pale gold gown that shimmered like moonlight. Yet it wasn't just their fashion that turned heads, it was the undeniable tension between them, the warmth in every shared glance, and the unspoken energy that hinted at something more. People whispered. Cameras clicked. Fans speculated. Were they just close friends supporting each other? Or was this finally the night the world would see what many had long suspected? The evening went on with flowing champagne, heartfelt speeches, and stunning performances. But behind the scenes, something far more personal was quietly unfolding. It began with subtle moments. Lee Min-ho offering her a chair before anyone else. Kim Go-eun gently fixing his boutonniere. They laughed at private jokes. He leaned in when she spoke. She blushed when he looked at her just a bit too long. Then, halfway through the gala, an announcement was made that Lee Min-ho had prepared a special video message to honor one of the foundation's founders. The lights dimmed. A giant screen lit up. But the video that played wasn't what anyone expected. Instead of the expected tribute reel, the screen filled with never-before-seen behind-the-scenes footage of Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun on set. Clips of them laughing uncontrollably between takes. Practicing serious scenes only to break into smiles. Her gently wiping makeup from his cheek. Him holding an umbrella over her during rain shoots. The crowd was silent, enchanted. Then came Lee Min-ho's voice, narrating over the video. He spoke gently, sincerely. These moments weren't just part of a drama. They were real to me. Every day I stood beside her, I felt something growing. Quietly, deeply, honestly. And I didn't want to pretend anymore. Gasps rippled through the room. The camera cut to Kim Go-eun in the audience. Her hand covered her mouth. Her eyes already shimmered with tears. On screen, Lee Min-ho's voice continued. Tonight isn't about a project or publicity. Tonight is about truth. My truth. So, if you'll allow me just one more scene, one more line. At that moment, the lights came on. The audience turned. There he was, Lee Min-ho, walking down from the stage, holding a small velvet box in his hand. Every second felt like a movie. He walked slowly but steadily, his eyes locked only on hers. Kim Go-eun looked frozen, her breath catching, her heart clearly pounding as he approached. When he reached her, he paused, lowered himself to one knee, and opened the box. Inside was a delicate ring, sparkling under the lights, simple, elegant, timeless. Just like her. Go-eun, he said, voice shaking slightly, but full of emotion. You've been my co-star, my friend, my support, my calm, and my chaos. But more than anything, you've been the one thing I look forward to every day. I don't want to wait for another script or another excuse. I want our story to be real, off-screen, and forever. The room was dead silent. Will you marry me? Kim Go-eun's hands trembled. Her eyes filled to the brim with tears. But her smile could light up the whole city. She nodded slowly, then whispered, yes. The crowd exploded into applause. Paparazzi cameras went off like fireworks. Actors and actresses around them stood, clapping, some crying themselves. Lee Min-ho slipped the ring onto her finger, stood up, and embraced her tightly. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't for show. It was pure, heartfelt, and deeply human. That night, the internet broke. Clips of the moment went viral within minutes. Hashtags like hashtag Lee Min-ho proposal, hashtag Mingo forever, and hashtag K-drama turn reality trended worldwide. Fans from around the globe posted reactions, many in tears, saying things like, "We've shipped them for years, and now it's real," and "This is the happiest plot twist in Korean entertainment history." But the most touching moments came not from the videos or the headlines, but from the raw, behind-the-scenes stories that leaked in the days after. One staff member revealed that Lee Min-ho had planned the proposal for months. He had written the narration himself. He had edited the footage on his own laptop. He had asked the charity foundation for permission weeks in advance. Even the ring had a story. It was custom designed with a sapphire stone, because Kim Go-eun had once said in an interview that it reminded her of peace and childhood. Another close source shared that the two had quietly been dating for nearly 2 years. They kept it hidden, not out of shame, but to protect something precious from the noise of public scrutiny. Now, they didn't want to hide anymore. And perhaps that's what made the entire moment so overwhelming for fans and industry insiders alike. In a world where so much is staged, filtered, and performed, this was undeniably real. No press release could have captured the way Lee Min-ho looked at her as she cried. No agency statement could explain the tremble in her hands as she said yes. No headline could recreate the intimacy of a love that had been blooming quietly behind the scenes for years. In the days that followed, the couple didn't issue lengthy interviews. They didn't do a press tour. They simply shared one photo together, holding hands, smiling under a cherry blossom tree, with a caption that read, "Our best story is just beginning. Thank you for loving us." It was enough. More than enough. The industry celebrated them. Fellow actors posted heartfelt congratulations. Directors who had worked with them in the past praised their authenticity and kindness. Fans from around the world flooded social media with blessings, love letters, and emotional messages. And as wedding speculation began, one thing became clear. This wasn't just a celebrity couple engagement. This was the culmination of a love story the entire world had quietly rooted for years. From the first time they stood side by side in front of the camera, to the subtle eye contact at award shows, to private smiles caught in blurry paparazzi photos, and now, to a very public, unforgettable proposal. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun had turned fiction into reality. They had written their own script. They had found love not through grand gestures, but through shared moments, mutual respect, laughter, and time. And that night, when Lee Min-ho knelt down in front of her, he didn't just propose marriage. He proposed forever. A forever that fans, friends, and followers were more than ready to witness. Because in the end, sometimes the most beautiful love stories are the ones you never see coming.